Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Let's Inspire. I am Dom, your host, and today here we have a friend of mine that has been working for a very long time with Royal Caribbean. He has done amazing musicals like Chicago, Hairspray, Mamma Mia, and he also has an amazing career in Vegas where he moved in between jobs. Please help me welcome Jono. Hi,
Hi
Jono.
everyone.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you doing today?
Thanks for being here with us.
Of course.
Okay, so let's jump right into it. Why don't you introduce yourself? Just give us a little backstory of your training and your career.
Okay, sure thing. So hey everyone, I'm Jono. I am originally from Australia. When I finished high school, I went to train at a conservatory program called Brent Street Studios in Sydney, Australia. Shortly thereafter, I started working overseas. I worked for Disney Cruise Line, Tokyo Disneyland, and then in 2006, I started working with Royal Caribbean. I've been working with Royal Caribbean since. In 2008, I moved to America, and now I currently live in Las Vegas. Back in 2018, I took a small sabbatical away from ships. I spent a year living here full-time in Vegas, and was working in a couple of different shows on the Las Vegas Strip. Very much enjoyed that, and then returned back to Royal Caribbean at the end of 2018, where I've been since.
Amazing. Why don't you tell us, is there a specific moment in your life when you decided that you wanted to be a performer?
I think for me that happened really early on. I started dance classes at the age of 7, and I was really passionate and enjoyed it the whole time. I'd say it was probably around about like 12 or 13 when I started realizing that it was something I really loved doing, and I want to say it was around that time when I started telling my teachers, I want to be a professional dancer, I want to do this full time. I started doing musical theatre in community programs and sort of like voluntary fun projects and summer schools and all of that. And it was throughout that sort of becoming more deeply involved in performing, not just dance classes, that I really funded a passion for this and realized that it's what I wanted to do.
Amazing. Something that came up when I was creating this little project, like a question that came up in my head right away, because I thought to myself, if somebody was to be interviewing me, that would have been one of the first questions that I would love to answer at, is there a specific show or like a moment in your career that holds a special place in your heart, that has like a special meaning for you?
Definitely. So the first, like, I grew up seeing musicals and performances a lot. Thankfully, my family was very open to the arts and we really got to enjoy it. But the first time I saw a Broadway production in Australia was the Chicago revival. I was playing in Brisbane. Caroline O'Connor was playing the lead role of Velma. If you don't know, she is the woman from Moulin Rouge, the sassy, sort of short-haired who does the tango, Roxanne. She's incredible. Anyway, so I saw this production of Chicago, and I just thought, this is it. This is what I want to do, specifically this musical. So then fast forward, in 2010, Royal Caribbean announces that they're going to put Chicago on the Allure of the Seas. I'm already working for the company, and I spent, I did audition submissions and finally managed to get to a live audition on one of my vacations where I booked the show. And so being in that musical after like having seen it so many years before was a really big dream for me. And I ended up doing 3 different casts with that show. And then on my final time performing in that show, I played the role of Fred Casely, which was probably a pretty iconic moment for me in my career.
It's amazing. Oh my God. Something that I didn't mention at the beginning of the interview is that me and Jono met each other in Miami. We're both working for Royal Caribbean, but we actually never managed to work together because Jono has been dance captain for a very long time for the company. I have been, I have some years in my pocket as dance captain as well. So we've always been in rehearsal together at some point, but we never managed to work together. But I have to say, little spoiler, we're working on it, right? to work.
Yeah, there's definitely a dream out there.
Obviously, like we know that, especially working on ships, the travel, the meeting new people, meeting new cultures, it's something that is so great. Like you get to do what you love, and you get to travel, and you get to save a lot of money, which is amazing because this art, you know, it takes a lot of money and a lot of like efforts to become to reach like a professional level. So with that said, which is the most challenging moment that you faced throughout your career, and how did you came out of it?
Interesting. I mean, I'm pretty lucky in the sense that I haven't had any horrible lows, any big challenges come at me. Of course, it's a continuous battle, staying healthy, being hireable, being the talent that's being looked for. I wouldn't say that there was any specific dark period. I think one of the biggest challenges for me personally was when I first moved here to Vegas, just giving up the job security that I had with Royal Caribbean for so many years, and just not being sure if I was going to be able to translate my performing career to land. So yeah, that first sort of couple of months here in Vegas, feeling very unsure about something new, but you know, you just have to sort of trust in your talent and really just put your best out there. And thankfully for me, I had a really good luck with timelines. I managed to book a show as an on-call performer. One of the girls I was rehearsing with for that show sort of saw something in me and asked me to submit for the other show that she was working in full time, and that just sort of all led me to job after job here in Vegas.
That's amazing. And it's also something that, like, if I look back at my life, like when I lived in Rome, not knowing what was waiting for me after my current job was done, that was one of the biggest challenge for me. And even now, like, I feel like even in the cruise industry, there are so many people wanting to be on a ship or be in a specific show that it's not always given that you'll get another contract. Like you really need to work properly, do your job properly, and be rehireable. Oh my God, that was so bad.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. One of the unique challenges of our industry is that job security is very hard to come by. You can spend years and years building a reputation with a company, but if your talent level begins to slip, if you simply just age and your ability changes, you might fall out of favor when it comes to the jobs that you want to be doing, simply because your talents change and diversify as you grow older. It's a known fact, and that might not be what the company you're used to working with is looking for. No job is guaranteed after the end of the job that you're finishing.
Absolutely right. So last question, which is also the reason why I created this little project. What would you say to the younger generation of performers to inspire and motivate them to invest their time and their all of their selves into the arts?
I would say just diversify as much as you possibly can. Try absolutely everything. Go to some ballroom lessons, put your tap shoes on, get to the ballet bar, learn an instrument, learn the piano, learn to sing, go to acting classes. Just do everything, improv, whatever can be available to you. Get involved in it. Because by exploring all of these different avenues, if you know that you're passionate about performing, you will find something in one of those avenues that really speaks to you, that really brings out the flame and your creativity. I think it's really important as performers that we are diverse, that we have skills in a wide range of abilities. Nowadays, being a phenomenal dancer just isn't enough anymore. You have to sing, you have to act. It's all a beautiful artistic story, and the more skills you have to complement your main skill, your main passion, the more hireable you are and the more diverse you can be. So that would be my suggestion, is just simply get out there, try everything. And another thing, to go on, is to get into actual performances. Something that I'm really grateful that I did was around about the age of 14, I was able to get involved in community theatre, and I was performing in musicals. And that really ignited the passion for me of stagecraft, not just dancing in a studio and enjoying the physical beauty of what I was doing, but getting on stage in front of an audience and telling the story and learning more about the theatre itself.
That's such a great advice, and it's so true as well. All right, well, we reached the end of our interview. I want to thank Jonah for being here with us today, and
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to remind everyone to comment and share this video as much as you can, so more people can get inspired. You can follow Jonah on his social media, Instagram and Facebook. And again, thank you, Jonah, for being here with us. That was amazing. And I will see you soon, I guess.
I hope so. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.